guys, and welcome to today's video. Today I wanted to do a review and sort of first impression, which I don't always do a lot of, but for some products like eyeliner and maybe lipstick, first impressions can show you a lot, and I always enjoy watching them, so I want to throw a few of these onto my channel as well. So I'm sure you can tell from the video title, but we're going to be doing a first impressions of the Pretty Vulgar The Ink Gel Eyeliner. This is in the shade Blacklist. It's one of 3 shades that they have. I have done a review of Pretty Vulgar before for this product. One of their blushes, it's the Hush Blush from their Make Me Blush line, and it wasn't necessarily my favorite. It's very, very pigmented in a way that you really have to be careful with when you are applying it. So I did talk a little bit about the brand in that video, but what I'm going to do in this video is talk a little bit about the brand again. I'm going to talk a bit about the product. I am going to show you application and wear test through the day, and then I'll be back at the end of the day to give you my thoughts. And I have it on right now. This is the wear test day, so I do not know yet what my thoughts are on this eyeliner. So let's talk a little bit about Pretty Vulgar. And I'll also mention that I will put timestamps down below, so if you want to skip forward or back or around in this video, you can see when all the different parts of it start. So Pretty Vulgar is a relatively new brand. I feel like it sort of came out of nowhere about 1.5 to 2 years ago and was in Sephora. So I saw a ton of videos on different Pretty Vulgar products around that time, and not so many of them now, not so many reviews now, I think because they came out with a whole bunch of products all at once, and now we're sort of probably putting out a few here and there. I find that for me, their aesthetic is a little bit confusing and also just not my aesthetics. That's fine. I may not be their target market. I tried to look a little bit into who founded this company. They sort of just talk on their website about how it's a group of industry veterans who did this. So it's not necessarily one founder that they highlight or anything like that. But I find there's sort of 3 things they're trying to do in terms of the look and feel of their brand. And for me, I just feel like if they had narrowed the focus a little bit, it would make their point of view a little stronger. So they're called Pretty Vulgar, and they talk about embracing your contradictions. So I think that that would give them a really neat way of doing sort of packaging that is both pretty but has an edge to it. They do have an edge in their names, like this gel eyeliner is called like the Blacklist, and there's a few others like that. So you do get a bit of contradiction between sort of the pretty packaging and the names of the products, but I think there's probably more they could have done in terms of, you know, the aesthetic of this brand is like contradictions. At the same time, they also have this very vintage look to them, and you can see that in these products. I mean, this is made to look like a little inkwell, which I think is really neat, and then the blush here is sort of made to look like an antique picture frame, and you'll see this in some of their packaging. It has this very antique-y kind of look to it, and I think that's fine as well. Doesn't 100% match with Pretty Vulgar because, you know, it's all pretty. But my bigger sort of issue with the packaging is that this is actually quite good, but a lot of these things are plasticky and very cheap feeling. And considering you buy this at Sephora and they are not actually cheap, it's you know, fairly expensive to buy. It'd be nice if they not only made this look sort of antique-y, but also just made it a little higher quality. And then the third thing you have is that they have this sort of focus on birds, and they talk about being inspired by all the colors of birds, whether it's like, you know, a tropical bright bird or, you know, a raven, and all the colors in between. So on their eyeshadow palettes, you'll see they look like bird cages. There's little birds on their logo. Some of their, I think, mascara sort of looks like a little bird cage. And again, I think that's really cool. But then you're trying to jam it in with also looking antique and also being about contradictions. So I just find it's a lot. And I mean, I watched their little About Us brand video, and they do make it all kind of go together into this really pretty aesthetic, but it just feels like a lot. It makes it a little bit harder to get to know a brand. So overall, they are, as I said, sold in Sephora. They are cruelty-free as a brand. And yeah, that's everything I want to say about Pretty Vulgar at this point. So let's get into talking about the gel eyeliner. It does come in this cute little inkwell. There are 3 shades of this. This one is the Blacklist, which is black. There is also a brown and a gray. It does not come with a brush, but they do sell a brush, which is a very tiny brush on one side and an angle brush on the other side for applying this. For some reason, when I got mine, You know, usually when you buy this in the store, it would come in a little box. It didn't when I got it in my BoxyCharm. And also the outside of the cap is dirty. I'm not sure how that happened. I mean, it's not the tightest fitting lid, and you know, there's not sort of a seal or anything on there, but I just don't understand how the outside of it got product on it, which is not great. So if you're buying this in the US, it's going to set you back $24. If you buy it through Sephora in Canada, it is going to cost you $29. Things to know about this: it is described as a highly pigmented, quick drying, water-resistant gel eyeliner that stays in place all day. I feel like we're going to test that a little bit. One of my eyes is watering a little, so we'll just see how water-resistant it is. It says that it achieves precise, long-wearing, transfer-proof liner looks, and it's a highly pigmented gel eyeliner. It's enriched with vitamin C to condition the lids. It's a creamy eyeliner that glides on smoothly and evenly. You apply it with their blah 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 brush, and it is made without parabens, sulfates, and phthalates, and it is not only cruelty-free, it is also vegan. Okay, that is everything I want to say about the product. I am going to throw it over to the first impression day, and I'll be back at the end of the day to give you my thoughts. I am about to put on this liner. We're all gonna cross our fingers, say some prayers. I have never used a gel liner with a brush before. This could go horrendously wrong, or it could be the best thing ever. So let me zoom you in, and let's hope that I can do this while holding a mirror and keeping my hand steady and all those things. I feel like I would prefer to do this with like a flat angle brush, like the stamping motion would be easier, but the only one of those that I have, I use for brow powder. So I'm gonna try to use this little brush that also came in the BoxyCharm. I just smushed it in there. Okay. It's really hard to see how much product you're picking up. Whew. Saying prayers to the makeup gods. Okay, that is beautifully inky black. Oh no, I have some on my eyelashes. That wasn't as hard as I thought it would be, although I shouldn't speak too soon since I still have to do the other eye, which is a lot harder because, you know, right-handed. Why am I doing this? That all went well. Why am I going back in and messing around with it? Okay, that looks nice. We can release our breath for a moment. It's hard for me to tell how much is still left on this brush. Oh, this is gonna be hard. I apologize if you guys aren't gonna be able to see this one very well. No, I feel like I need to go back in. Okay, wow, so my very first impression is I may be a gel liner with a brush convert. That went on so easily and so smoothly, and I was able to get so much more control with that little brush than I'm usually able to get with like felt tip liners. That was awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna get the rest of my makeup on and get on with my day. I don't think I need to do a check-in with full makeup or anything. Basically, the eyeliner is looking awesome at the moment. We are really zoomed in close, aren't we? Let's fix that. There we go. I'm going to get on with my day. I'm going to do some errands. It's a Saturday. I need to grocery shop, all that kind of stuff, do some cleaning around the house, and I will do a couple of check-ins, and let's all hope that this stays in place because it is gorgeous, and I will see you soon. Let me throw it over to later in the day, Melissa. Am I pointing the right way? Wherever she's gonna come from. Hey guys, so we are over 4 hours into this wear test. I just went to the mirror and did a very close look at the eyeliner, and everything is holding up really well. If I was being a little bit picky, I would say there's a couple of places where it looks like it may have faded a touch, but I also think that's where I may have touched it with my eyelash curler when I was curling my lashes. So let me zoom you in to take a look at how it all looks, although it's not looking that different than it did when I first applied it. So here we go. It's doing well. It hasn't smudged, it hasn't flaked, it hasn't rubbed off. and as far as I can tell, it's looking really good. I will come back again to do a check-in at the end of the day or whenever anything starts to happen that I think you should know about, and I will see you again very soon. Hey guys, so this is going to be my last check-in. This has been on for about 8 hours now, and I really see no difference from when I did my last check-in. As I said, there's a tiny little spot where it's faded, but it really hasn't changed through the day. So I do think that is where I sort of rubbed against it by accident with my eyelash curler. But this is really good. I had more control over putting this on than I've had with any other eyeliner. It went on really, dark, really opaque. It was just really, really nice. And it's hard for me to really say this is an amazing black gel liner because I've not really used any other black gel liner. So it's hard for me to say whether this is worth the price. I think it is good. I don't know if it is significantly better than a gel eyeliner that would be at a lower price. So what I'm curious to hear from all of you is what other gel liners are there? Like, what should I try? Because I really, really liked the way that this worked, and I really liked using it with that little brush. Even though I found it really intimidating before I started, it was easy. And I want to try more of them. So that is my conclusion, is I do think this is a good product. On my part, it's going to require further testing to know whether it is a really good black gel liner. But it didn't move, it didn't flake, it didn't run. So it did everything that I wanted an eyeliner to do, and it didn't irritate my eyes in any way, which was really good. It didn't cause my eyes to water, and I really liked the way that my eye look looked today. So the last thing I'm going to do is zoom in and rub it, because I didn't accidentally rub my eyes or anything today. And I also have some water down here beside me, so I thought I would also just run some water over it and see just how water resistant it is, because we want to do a few more little tests and yeah, then we'll go from there. So let me zoom you in and we will do a few hard on my eyeliner tests. So I think on this side, I'm going to rub it and see what happens. The hard part of this is going to be to not see any of the rubbing or smudging or anything as the eyeliner, or the mascara, sorry. Okay, so a little bit of it did come off on my fingers, but it didn't get super messy or anything. It just kind of faded a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it does smudge a little, so it's not, and there's some flakes under here now, but again, it's hard to tell if that's the mascara or the eyeliner. So, I mean, it's not rub proof or anything, but not that many eyeliners would be. So let me get some water on my finger and rub at the other eye a little bit. Okay, I'm not getting it soaking wet or anything. I'm just getting a little bit of dampness on there, and let's see. Huh, that doesn't come off a whole lot for actually rubbing right on it with water. I'm fairly impressed. Okay, I'm gonna zoom you back out. So while I wouldn't recommend doing what I did there, it seems like it is water resistant. It is a little bit smudge resistant. It's not going to become a giant mess if it gets a little bit damp or gets rubbed by accident, which is always good. So yeah, this is a tentative thumbs up from me. It's a good product, but not having tried a lot of other products in the category, I can't give it a huge thumbs up, but I do really like this a lot better than the other Pretty Vulgar product that I tried, which was the blush. This I think performed really well, and I'm looking forward to using it more. That is it from me. As I said, leave all your comments down below, but other gel liners that I should try, because I think I just found a whole new category of makeup that I'm excited about, and I do try to respond to every comment that I get. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. You can click on that down below. You can also hit the bell notification while you're down there and subscribe so that you can watch more of my videos. And I will also put another video over here so you can spend a bit more time with me today. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.